My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Cancerians. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Mayapar Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing a general love reading, a 5-card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer you these two beautiful roses as a token of my love and appreciation for supporting my channel and myself. I love you guys incredibly, and thank you so much for your love and devotion towards me. This 5-card love reading includes where the first card represents you, the second the other person, the third relationship, fourth the past, fifth the future. Then I'm going to draw a Vampire Oracle for you, and then a Favoli, and one from Le Tarot Interdit Vampirio, the French tarot deck. But let's get started with card number 1, which is for you. Lovers, l'amour, oh my goodness, yes. Now, for the ones who are in a relationship, I do see a lot of love, whether it's, you're in a marriage or in a courtship date with whoever it may be. But either way, you have love, and you could have, Gemini somewhere in your star chart, or you could currently be dating or be married, to a Gemini, or you could even have your eyes for the single ones, or either way. But yeah. The lovers is also like options and stuff like that, so you could also be in a phase where you have, a lot of options and opportunities being presented to you. So, you could also be at a crossroads. Maybe you have many suitors, many, dates, whatever, humans have this in current times and stuff like that. So, but I do, love the fact that lovers showed up. I mean, it's a very, very, very beautiful card, and I just really hope the best, for the ones who are in a current relationship, that, many anniversaries to come, and for the ones who are dating, hopefully everything will just settle down to marriage or whatever you will desire or wish in any way. But it could also be, even for the single ones, I really hope all the best no matter what, courtship phases or dates or, marriage, whatever it may be. But yeah, I feel like, everybody always, deserves love, don't you? But who's the other person? High Priestess, oh my goodness, it could be another water sign, maybe another Cancer, maybe a Pisces or Scorpio. This person, has a lot of experience. This person could be older than you, maybe you're older than them, but this person, can offer you a lot of intelligence, insight, experience, because the High Priestess has her book of upper knowledge, and that has, a lot of information. Maybe this person is incredibly intelligent, and maybe that's what drew you to that person. Love it. I mean, but no matter what, I just feel like, that this person, also provides a lot of, security, stability, a lot of, knowledge, like I just mentioned, and just, just care, loving, support, and nurturing. Yeah. But for the ones who are single, it's like I can see how you are pretty much drawn towards this person. This person, could be incredibly intelligent, and then you're just so secretly in love with that person and stuff like that. I mean, either way, I really hope the best no matter what. For the ones who are single and the ones in a relationship, doesn't per se have to mean that you're with a Gemini or with a water sign for that matter. But, I wonder what the relationship is or could be. Yeah. Sun. Love it. Okay. Well, when many anniversaries to come, I really hope you both get a beautiful, happy ending, no matter what. But yeah, the sun, you could also be concurrently with a Leo, the water and fire could be really steamy and beautiful. So, or you could even have your eyes on a Leo, or, maybe the Leo has eyes on you. Either way, it's like, for the ones in a relationship, it's pretty much a very passionate, strong, confident, determined, and beautiful. Yeah, beautiful connection between you and the other person. And for the ones who are single, again, you could be having your eyes on a Gemini, a water sign, maybe a Leo, or maybe, it's like you wish, to be in a very warm setting and, no matter what. But that's why we're going to have to look at what the past was about, and especially the future. But what does the past have? Okay, Eight of Swords. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting mostly for the ones who were single and who are still not in a current beautiful relationship, but it could also apply for the ones who are now currently in a beautiful relationship and in the past you felt stuck. Well, the Eight of Swords is like really feeling directionless, stuck, blindfolded. Maybe, you were stuck in a like real negative, relationship, and you just couldn't escape no matter what. Or maybe eventually you did escape, and maybe that's why, you're currently looking for love, or maybe you're looking for comfort, warmth, protection, strength, whatever it may be. But either way, yeah, I do see that, yeah, you were in a really negative situation in the past. But hopefully, the times have changed for you where, everything is now working out for the best, where, you could currently be, with a Gemini, or maybe, you're at a crossroads of choosing who you're currently with and stuff like that. You could have your eyes on another, water sign, or even have your eyes on a Leo or a different fire sign, Aries or Sagittarius for that matter. But yeah, it's not fun to feel stuck. I mean, I know exactly what it felt like. I mean, that's why I'm still currently regarding any kind of relationship. But since I am vampire, I can't find love, unless, I might eventually find, the vampire who turned me, or maybe even find love with another vampire. But that's very, again, well, that's a long way down the road. I really can't, picture myself right now, because I do love my freedom. Because especially since my, freedom got taken away from me, just like it felt like, well, for you probably in the past. So I know this, feeling all too well. So let's see what the future has. Prince of Knives, Knight of Swords. Okay, you can end up with maybe an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. That can be a nice, beautiful combination. Air and water. But yeah, I do see you incredibly determined, and you're actually taking action. You're incredibly ambitious and inspired and motivated on wherever you're going to be heading towards and stuff like that. Because, you could be heading off towards your career. You could be heading off towards new love, whoever it may be. You could be heading off towards one of the elements I just mentioned in this reading, or maybe even an earth sign for that matter. But yeah, I do see incredibly determined, goal-oriented, and ambitious. And I really hope the best for the ones in a relationship, that everything is going to work out well for you both. For the ones who are in a courtship phase, the same story. And for the ones who are single, wherever it's going to be leading you, just, keep, up the motivation and ambition, and always, the most important person who you should always be looking out for is yourself, and never think, oh, I'm going to be changing, or I want to, be with this person. I'll do anything it takes just to be with this person, stuff like that, I mean, again, to each their own, I'm never going to tell people what to do. It's just only my suggestion, but I do see you incredibly motivated and ambitious in the future. Let's see what Oracle has. Transmission, spreading of conditions, influence, and impact. Now, that's what I'm kind of worried about. Is any kind of, motivation or any kind of influence. The thing is always make sure that you put your happiness and your reasons, just, put yourself first and say, okay, I'm incredibly motivated and ambitious and goal-oriented towards this connection because, I want to make myself happy, or I want to find true love that's going to be accentuating my happiness. Because the thing is about transmission, the spreading of conditions, to say, oh yeah, I'll only be with you if you're like this. I'll only be with you if you lose weight. I'll only be with you if you have, this hair color. I'll only be with you because of this or that reason. You don't want to, I mean, again, to each their own. If this, card, will, connects to you on a deeper level, 100% your prerogative and reason to of feeling so. But I personally, wouldn't want to see any of my beautiful followers or fledglings or any humans in this world, feeling like they have to live by conditions and impacts and influences just to be with that true love of whoever they're currently with or have their eyes on and stuff like that. Okay, well, let's see what Favole has. Ace of Wands, the Ace of Crosses. Okay, well, this is about putting time and energy into what you want, and that's also about, being motivated, inspired, and ambitious and goal-oriented on wherever it's going to be leading you towards. Well, my beloved Cancerians, man, woman, whoever's watching, follower, fledgling. But yeah, it's like you're putting time and energy into something. But of course, you should always put yourself first and never think, okay, I want to, I'll do anything it takes just to be with this Mr. or Mrs. Right. I mean, who's to say that their ideas are actually going to work out for you and stuff like that. And again, of course, to each their own. If you want to do that 100%, well, I hope all the best for you no matter what in any way. But yeah, I do see you putting a lot of time and energy. But always, we'll put time and energy into yourself first. If you want to make yourself, more attractive, we'll do it because it makes you feel confident and happy, but never do it because you want to make the other person happy, right? Okay. Let's see what our beautiful French tarot deck has. The Six of Pentacles. Okay, so it's kind of like a give and take kind of situation. So maybe, it's like, well, you both, if you're currently in a relationship, you both could be supporting each other by actually wanting to, improve yourselves in the sense of thinking, I want, let's, we'll adapt to healthy habits together, or let's go on more adventures together. Let's do this or that together. This is a give and take kind of, relationship. So I hope everything works out, no matter what. I do see incredibly ambitious, goal oriented, determined. Again, you could be with a Leo, or maybe a different fire sign, maybe a different, well, water sign, or Gemini for that matter. But either way, I do see, something very beautiful taking place. And yeah, hopefully everything will work out, and many anniversaries to come, and maybe a potential, wedding or engagement coming up soon. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to have to leave it at that for my beautiful Cancerians, but if this reading resonated, please feel free to join and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for your love and devotion towards my channel and myself. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going to go back to general readings, so for now, I'm just doing love in general, but I'm also open for personal readings, so if anybody wants a personal reading, all you have to do is post in the little discussion box that you want one. I'll respond to you with my email, and then we'll start the process from there. But anyway, thank you so much for your love and devotion. I love you guys incredibly, and best of luck on where this reading will lead you.